Oh, what chaps, I'm Magical Mike, this is Guild Wars 2, it's 9 in the morning and I haven't been to bed yet, and this is going to be an engineer build video. Yes, I'm going to do my best to absolutely do my best to speak English for a start, and I'm also going to try my best to explain what I use to level my engineer and what I've found leveling my engineer to at least level 68 right now. I'm going to get it to 80 eventually. So before I get into all the skills and the traits and the build and everything like that, I have to tell you one thing. Grenades are overpowered. Sadly. Now, there's a lot of hatred towards grenades, me included. I don't particularly like using them, but it just so happens that they are probably the best option that you've got. That and the bomb kit, which I will show you in a minute, but the grenade kit is far too good. But you'll also notice that every single skill in here, including your auto attack in quotes, is ground targeted. So you need to press the 1, click, or 1 and 2 and 2. This is not good. This is not good, and you'll get tired of grenades very, very quickly if you do that. So hit the options and go in here and click fast cast ground targeting. What this will do is, if you see my mouse cursor right now and I press skill 1, it will throw the grenades exactly where my mouse cursor is pointing, so over there, over there, over there. It removes that click, that extra button press, and it'll make your game time a lot less irritating. So the engineer is an interesting class that I've been playing with so far. It's weird, it's kind of squishy, it's kind of fun at the same time. That you have to be on your toes, you have to think about your situations, which is why the build I've got is generally okay, but can be mixed up quite a lot. I'll also go into quickly the armour and stuff, my jewels, just junk. I've got generic, just whatever the hell I found at my level. I'm pretty sure I've got, yeah, a level 47 shoes there. You know, it doesn't matter at this level. Use whatever the hell you like. Even the rifle is not exactly fantastic. So let's go into the slot skills. So for the heal, I use Elixir H. I also like to use the med pack, the med kit, and make sure you remember that F1 is then your skill if you're using the med kit, and you get your 3 heals there, you get your antidote and your stimulant. But I'll explain why I like to use Elixir H in a minute. The utility skills, I use Elixir R. That's really handy as a stun breaker. You should always have a stun breaker on your bar, no matter what class or where you're playing, because it's just generally handy. And your tool belt skill tosses Elixir R and revives people. That includes yourself. You can actually toss it down as you go down and revive yourself much more efficiently with it. Just, you know, make sure you're paying attention, or don't go down in the first place. That's always good too. I have Elixir B with toss Elixir B in the tool belt, and grenades, which I often swap out for the bomb kit, because I kind of like the bomb kit. It's fun. The big old bombs are a hell of a lot of fun as well. So my recommendations on what to unlock would be Elixir B, grenade kit. Utility goggles are good for a very quick and easy, cheap stun breaker. Elixir S is okay as well, but it's on quite a long cooldown. The flamethrower's okay, but I don't know. I don't really like the flamethrower all that much. It's fun to auto attack with, but that's about it. Turrets are horrible. I hate the turrets. Other people might disagree, but personally I just cannot stand them. And elites, well, aside from my warband support, I only ever use supply crate because Elixir X is far too unpredictable, and that's a shame really. So yeah, on to traits. Now the first thing that I picked up was 10 in tools, and that is for speedy kits. So with a med kit equipped, or a bomb kit or a grenade kit, which I'll swap back there, you gain swiftness every time you equip a kit. So that means you can hit R, well in my case it's R, or whatever skill you want, and you get swiftness. And then you can drop it back down. Every time you press that skill, there's a 1 second cooldown, and a 1 second cooldown. But I've still got the swiftness, so I can put that back on. Essentially I've got permanent swiftness here, and that's going to be a hell of a lot of ease, and it just makes life easier in PvE because you've got that super fast swiftness, and you can just run around and destroy content very, very quickly and easily. The second thing that I would put points in is Alchemy. So put your next 10 points in Alchemy for elixir skills recharging faster. That means you're going to get elixir B, elixir R, and more importantly, most importantly, elixir H much more quickly. Elixir H is actually on a 25-second cooldown, but it becomes a 20-second cooldown and basically makes this skill really, really powerful. Also, you get a random boon whenever you do that. You can toss it onto yourself and get random boons as well, which synergizes with Alchemy because you get 20% boon duration, well, up to 30% if you put all 30 traits in there. The next few points is pretty much up to you. I would personally go into firearms just for the sharpshooter stuff. No, that's the minor trait. The hair trigger trait. I'm pretty sure there's another one in here, which is actually quite good. Yeah, the improved range is quite good too. If you're going for a crit build, then go for precise sights. I like hair trigger. Hair trigger basically just lowers the cooldown on all of your skills, so it means my net shot, my blunderbuss, my overcharge shot, and my jump shot, which are all very good control abilities, recharge much faster. And this also goes hand in hand with the pistol offhand for glue shot and static shot. That's actually quite good. I guess poison dart volley benefits a decent amount from it as well, but mostly glue shot, because that cooldown's huge without that trait. Basically the engineer is all about controlling your enemies, and trying to avoid damage in whatever way possible, be that just dodging with vigor buffs, or jump shotting and knocking people back, blinding with the bomb kit, all that sort of stuff. So being able to net shot and blunderbuss and overcharge shot and all this stuff constantly makes your survivability go up without actually having any more like toughness or whatever else. Your next 10 points are probably put into explosives if you don't want to buy your next set of traits, but if you do, then maybe put them in Alchemy. I would go explosives because this makes your bombs and your mines better, simply. You could also do explosions have a 6% chance to cause bleeding if you like, but I prefer this one because I use bombs fairly often, and that makes the explosion radius quite big. I should probably show that off. So without the trait, the bombs will do sort of this tiny little radius here, and with the trait, which is, I knew I'd lose it, forceful explosives. With the trait, you can see the explosion radius pretty much doubles, so it makes bombs a hell of a lot more useful and more fun too. So that's 40 points. What about your next 10? For me, absolutely had to go into Alchemy for Cleansing Formula. This will make all your thrown or consumed elixirs remove conditions from everyone that they affect. So if you're throwing your elixirs at people from your tool belt, which you should be doing even if you're throwing them at yourself, then that's removing conditions. So right now on my bar I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 condition removal skills. That's pretty good. That isn't including overcharge shot, which will remove immobilized, crippled and chilled. And that's powerful stuff. That is a lot of condition removal. Of course, if you don't want to do that, you can always use the med kit and use skill 4 on the med kit. But I just prefer the amount of extreme control with my conditions that I get with this cleansing formula. If you don't want to do that, then I'm sure there's potent elixirs, makes your elixirs a lot more powerful as well. Also increasing your boon duration, things like that. Really powerful stuff. But again, I prefer condition removal. So the 10 points that I'm putting in after that is going into explosives. At level 70 I'll be picking up either short fuse, which reduces the recharge for bombs and grenades by 20%, or I'll be taking this one, improving damage from explosions by 10%. That's just a flat 10% damage bonus. Can't really go wrong with that. Or if you want even more control, with your bomb kit specifically, short fuse is going to do a really nice job. Now going past level 70 to 80, I would either put points into explosives again if you favour the grenades, you want Grenadier, or if you want to put those two previous traits together, then go ahead and do that. Or put points into Alchemy and either have automated response, so immunity to conditions, so you don't really need cleansing formula. Potent elixirs, also I've said, is really powerful. Or where is it? Gain regeneration when using a kit, which is kind of nice because you're going to be in a bomb kit or a grenade kit for most of your time anyway. So that's that. Once you're at 80 and you no longer need to level, or you're no longer doing map completion or whatever, I would probably take out speedy kits, to be honest, and put them into either explosives or alchemy, depending on which points you haven't put in just yet. So that's it. That's the that's the engineer. It's hard to explain and it's hard to play, but once you get into it, it is quite a lot of fun actually. Although I don't know. Especially if you're using a bomb kit or a grenade kit, the lack of auto attack for me is kinda bad, because I kind of like being able to auto attack whenever I want to. So it's up to you really. If you like this kind of skillful play, the engineer definitely promotes that sort of stuff. It has its role in group play with elixirs and things like that. It has its role in single player gameplay, and it's kind of fun. I can't think of anything else to say, so hopefully I would have given you some examples in the footage while I'm talking nonsense to you. And that's pretty much it. That's the build. And I hope you have good luck when you see it. See you later, chaps.